like to derive some formulas for derivatives of trigonometric functions. So this lecture in particular is linked with the one that I had before this one, in which I derived some useful trigonometric identities, and the starting point will be exactly one of the formulas that I derived. For example, the cosine of x is equal to e to the ix plus e to the minus ix divided by 2. So this relation is very useful for us to calculate the derivative of a trigonometric function, because it relates trigonometry with exponential functions. And if you remember, we already derived a derivative of, in particular, the exponential function e to the x equal to e to the x itself. And also we will use another important formula, which is the chain rule. For example, the derivative of f of g of x can be written as the derivative of f with respect to g times the derivative of g with respect to x. So these two formulas will be useful for us to compute these derivatives, because if I write down derivative of cosine of x with respect to x, this is equal to the derivative with respect to x of 1 over 2 times e to the ix plus e to the minus ix. We will use very simple properties of the derivatives before doing the computation, which I didn't really prove, but they are very easy to understand, and in particular the fact that the derivative operator is a linear operator. What does it mean that it is a linear operator? In general, if I have the derivative of a constant, times a function of x, plus b times g, the function of x, this becomes equal to a times the derivative of f with respect to x, plus b times the derivative of g with respect to x. Okay, so this is a linear operator. It only acts on the two functions which depend on x. And we can consider the first part and then the second part. So the derivative acts first on a times f plus the derivative of b times g. Okay, but the derivative of a constant times a function is equal to the constant times the derivative of the function. So this is a very simple property which is very easy to prove. You can do this as an exercise, and it can be done according to the standard methodologies that we adopted in earlier lectures by using the definition of derivative. So in this case I will simply use this formula. So if I use linearity, I can simply write 1/2 times the derivative with respect to x of e to the ix plus 1/2 times the derivative with respect to x of e to the minus ix. And now, to compute these two derivatives, I will just use the chain rule now, because this is pretty easy. I will treat I as a number, just a number. Remember, I is equal to square root of -1, so it's not really a number. There are some technicalities hidden under the rug here. I will not delve into the details of complex calculus. It's kind of intuitive if you want. There could be much more rigorous definitions hidden behind this, but I will not discuss them in here. As I said, this course does not revolve around very theoretically rigorous definitions and theorems and so on and so forth. So let's compute the derivative with respect to x of e to the ix. You can use the chain rule. You can say, okay, I will take the derivative not with respect to x, but with respect to, for instance, I will call this g. This is our function g, with respect to g, by using this formula here. So it's the derivative of e to the g with respect to g times the derivative of g with respect to x, where g is equal to ix. Okay, so the derivative of e to the g with respect to g is simply e to the g. So this is equal to e to the g times the derivative of g with respect to x, but g is equal to ix, so this is equal to I. Okay, because the derivative of ix with respect to x, we already did this. It's just the constant times the derivative of x with respect to x, but this is equal to 1. And g is equal to ix, so we get I times e to the ix. And very similarly, we can compute the derivative with respect to x of e to the minus ix. And if you do the same steps here, we will get minus I times e to the minus ix. So we substituted right there, so the derivative with respect to x of cosine of x can be written as, from this, we have 1/2 times I times e to the ix minus I over 2 times e to the minus ix. So we can factor out I over 2 if you want, and we have e to the ix minus e to the minus ix. So remember the definition of the sign. The sign of the variable x is equal to e to the ix minus e to the minus ix divided by 2I. So this difference right here is just 2I times sine of x. So this is equal to I over 2 times 2I times sine of x. So the 2 cancels, and we have I times I, which is I squared, but remember, I squared is equal to minus 1, because I is the square root of minus 1. So this is equal to minus sine of x. And this is our derivative. In particular, the derivative with respect to x of cosine of x is equal to minus sine of x. And I will leave you as an exercise to calculate very similarly the derivative with respect to x of sine of x, which is equal to cosine of x. Okay, another very important formula. In the next lecture, we will try to derive these formulas by using the definition of the derivative, just like we did in the case of the exponential. In this case, we did it a little bit differently by using the fact that we had already computed the derivatives for exponentials.